I guess so.
Can you walk around?
Yes.
You can walk away from her, can't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Sit down. Get what I mean? Shh. Get what I mean?
Yes, ma'am, I do. And
yeah, listen, there's only one person that owes you the responsibility and the respect and has taken a vow.
You're exactly right.
That's him.
You're right.
Not her.
I felt like if she had any compassion or any feeling that she would have backed off and she would have had respect, at least for my child.
He's supposed to have respect for your child.
I understand that. I truly believe that he did make a bad decision.
Right. But so why did you go over? So you went over there, you assaulted her, and you lost it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, then you have to suffer for that. Okay, Ms. Kedward, what kind of consequence did the criminal justice system impose when you pled guilty to assault?
I had a fine of $341 and a Class C misdemeanor.
Tell me about the surgery that you had 3 months later.
I had actually 2 surgeries to try to correct. I was having trouble breathing through the right side of my nose.
Can I see the medical report?
Yes,
Your Honor?
Yeah.
She told my husband, he asked her the next day after the assault, "Are you okay?" And she told him, "It's no big deal. The same thing happened to me about a year ago when a girl hit me in a bar."
Okay.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Just a second. Let's say that's true. What difference does it make?
So what's to say if she had any surgeries that it wasn't to correct what had happened then?
It's possible it was. That doesn't leave you. That doesn't. Shh, quiet. That doesn't let you off the hook.
I understand.
She doesn't have to sue for any medical expenses. She can just sue for pain and suffering.
I understand.
Good. Okay, so the first study date in the emergency room was September 1st, and it did say previous surgical changes are noted. Okay, so you had previous surgeries in your nose. Is that right?
From 92.
Okay, good. Now, after this happened on August 31st, did you continue a relationship with Mr. Kedward?
Yes, I did.
For how long?
It actually ended August 1st of 2006.
I don't think that's true, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
that's a bunch of bull.
No, you were at my mother's house.
Shh, listen to me. Whether it lasted 9 months or 10 months or 12 months, it doesn't make any difference. It lasted beyond that. Was Mr. Kedward living with his wife during that time?
He went back to her the end of November of 2005.
Okay, but you continued the relationship with him months after that.
Right.
Not smart. What was he telling you all this time?
Just that he wasn't sure what he wanted and that they had a lot to work out if it was going to work and that he still loved me and he always would.
Well, Miss Lambert, why did you continue the relationship with him?
Yeah.
It's not the first time she's done this. I'm sorry.
Takes 2 to tango.
Yes, ma'am.
His feet work in both directions. If he's back with you and sweet-talking her, that's not a good thing.
The thing about it is, Your Honor, you say I'm strong physically. I'm assuming that's what you're asking. You know, what about mentally when you have a woman like this calling you all the time and not leaving you alone? Yay. Hey.
You don't really want an answer to that question, sir.
Well.
You don't want an answer to that question, Mr. Kedward.
When I asked Miss Lambert to leave my husband alone, my words to her were, "For God's sakes, Marcia, I live next door to your mother. Please just stop."
She used very bad judgment.
She told me that she would be living next door to her mother.
Miss Kedward.
That's a lie.
She used very bad judgment, especially after he came home in November.
He never
live with
really
you.
left home.
Don't tell me he never really left home. Stop me seasick. Still.
Yes, ma'am.
He exercised very bad judgment. What he's trying to tell me is he may be strong physically, but mentally he's mush. That's just an excuse. What he's trying to say is, how can I withstand the wiles of Jezebel? That's ridiculous. If
That
you
was,
bought it,
that was not what I
quiet.
was saying.
Quiet. There are all kinds of temptations in this world, madam. And you hope that when you marry somebody, that they're going to be able to withstand the temptations. And if they can't, it's their fault. It's not somebody else's fault. In any event, she's suing you for $4,000.
Yes, ma'am.
That, she said, represents her medical bills. You are clearly responsible for that. I want to hear about your counterclaim. You have 1 minute.
I went to the hospital that night and was in the hospital for 2 days following. I was extremely stressed out over the whole situation. I asked her repeatedly to leave my husband alone. She told me she would do what she wanted to do when she wanted to do it, and I lost it. And I have to admit that
I'm talking about your
I went to the
counterclaim.
hospital, and I was there for 2 days because of the immense stress that this, I don't even want to call her a woman, has put me through, that she continues to put me through to
What
this
about
day.
him? Why don't you sue him?
I married him for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in front of God, in front of all of our friends. And it's my choice to forgive him, and we have been through counseling.
Perfect. Listen to me. He's the one that owes you the responsibility of
And
doing
he's
the right
paid
thing.
me.
Doesn't she owe us to leave us alone?
I have. Excuse me?
Excuse me? Outside. Put him out.
Can I add
I'm
one
gonna-
thing?
Yeah, sure.
I was under so much stress from the immoral actions of this person that I suffered a miscarriage. My child has had to be in counseling. I have had a lot of issues because of her, and to this
Because
day.
of them.
Yes, ma'am.
Because of them.
She instigated it.
Because you don't get it. You have to put it in your head. He owes you the responsibility of doing the right thing. She doesn't. He has a contract with you, moral contract and a legal contract. He violated the contract, and I would have very little sense of an obligation to mitigate your damages if Miss Lampert did not continue the relationship after November, when she knew that the two of you were trying to work things out. Miss Lampert fully understood that. From November until, she says, August of 2006, she continued a relationship with him. That's going to hurt you, Miss Lampert, because then you knew that what you were doing was interfering with a relationship, and there is a cause of action. It's a cause of action in common law called alienation of affection. That means you are contributing to alienating the affection of her husband, and you know what that's going to cost you? $4,000. So I rule in your favor on your lawsuit in the amount of $4,000. And I rule in your favor on the counterclaim in the amount of $4,000. Neither one of you are getting anything. That's it. Goodbye.
Ian Mooney is suing his ex-girlfriend, Erin Enslin, for money owed on a lease for a Mitsubishi Eclipse. Erin says the lease is Ian's responsibility.
Mr. Mooney, this is your former girlfriend. You leased a car together. You got another car. Miss Enslin said that she would take over the lease payments on the car. She did. You broke up. She took the car with her. She drove the car for a considerable period of time. The lease was about to be up. The payoff was too much. She said, you can have the car back. I don't want it. You were forced to pay the payout on the lease, which, according to your complaint, was about $5,000. Miss Enslin says it was your car. It's your problem. That's your defense.
Yes.
When was the car leased?
October 6th of 2001, and it was leased by myself and Erin.
Okay, and how long did you drive the car together?
Until, I believe, February of '04. Erin had found employment, and basically we agreed that I would get another car in my name, and Erin would take over the Eclipse and make the payments.
And you did that?
Yes.
For how long?
The lease was up 2006, October. I called him a few times a couple months before saying that I couldn't afford the car. It was really breaking me. So obviously there was no way I was going to be able to pay it off. And he just refused to take it off of me.
Well, but you had an agreement with him, Miss Enslin.
Yeah, as long as I'm driving the car, I'll pay for it. There were times where I called him and said, I don't want it. I don't want to drive it. It was never discussed of bringing back the lease and me paying it off.
Well, what did you expect
I'm not even
to happen?
on the lease.
Miss Enslin.
I'm a co-signer for the loan.
Correct.
I'm not on the title of the car. It's
But
not
you
my
are
car.
co-signer on the loan, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, you had this car in total how long, sir?
The full lease, 5 years between the two of us. Erin had said that she had no intention of keeping the car, yet
I believe she had intention of keeping the car as long as it was just like a
basically,
lease. I'm
sorry.
speaking,
I
Mr.
apologize.
Mooney. I believe that she had the intention of keeping the car and paying for it until it was no longer advantageous for her. You have a car now, Miss Enslin?
Do I have a car?
That's
Yes.
my question. Do you have a car now?
Yes, I have a car now.
What kind of car do you
I
have?
have a Dodge Spirit,
What year?
94.
Where did you get it from?
My parents.
Your parents gave it to you as a gift.
Yes.
When did they give it to you as a gift?
The October of this year. last year.
So at about the same time that you said, I can't afford these payments anymore.
At the same time the lease was up for his car.
The same time the lease was up on a car on which you were a co-signatory.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Can I please see the payout?
This didn't become an issue until there was damage to the car, and basically she'd gone over on the mileage.
How was the car damaged? Ms. Enslin, you don't know. How was the car damaged?
There's a scrape on the side of the car.
How did it happen?
I hit something with it.
Why didn't you fix it?
Because it happened right before the lease was up. And his girlfriend at the time was actually looking into buying it, and her dad owned a garage, so there was a point where we thought that they were going to fix it and buy it and just take it off of whatever she paid for it.
Who do you live with?
My boyfriend.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm an assistant.
Assistant what?
Assistant to a businessman.
What kind of business?
He's owns a small production company.
You mean theatrical?
No, music.
And what does your boyfriend do, Miss Enslin?
He's a writer.
And what do your parents do?
My mom works in a factory. She's an accountant. And my dad fixes the roads and works for the township.
Assalamu alaikum! Welcome back to the new vlog. तो कैसे आप सब ठीक ठाक है यार, आ चुके हैं हम एक और न्यू ब्लॉग के साथ। पूछा मैंने कुछ तो आई होप कि आप सब ने मुझे मिस किया होगा।
चुप कर बे कुत्ते।
ठीक है, लेकिन मैं वापस आ चुका हूँ भाई। पहले तो हमारा टाइम नहीं लगता था जॉब से, लेकिन अब हमने जॉब जो है वो छोड़ दिया भाई, ठीक हो गया। अब हम डेली ब्लॉगिंग करेंगे, रेगुलर लगातार डेली ब्लॉगिंग अब लाजमी किया करेंगे इंशाल्लाह। तो आज हमारे सारे बहुत सारे काम हैं, बाकी आधे तो कंप्लीट कर लिए, लेकिन हम शहर गए होते सुबह से, वहां पे तो मैंने ब्लॉग वगैरह नहीं बनाया था, लेकिन अभी आके घर में आके ब्लॉग शुरू किया है। तो बाकी अभी शीट्स वगैरह लगनी है, और मतलब गाइस हम एक्चुअली अपना एक ऑफिस बना रहे हैं, ठीक है। तो वहां पे हम ऑनलाइन काम वगैरह किया करेंगे, जितने भी उसके काम है वो सारे हम किया करें लैपटॉप पे। मतलब उसके लिए हमें, आपको पता है, फिर लैपटॉप रखने के लिए उसकी एक शेल्फ होती है, वो लगानी है, ठीक हो गया। तो वो आज लगवाएंगे शेल्फ वगैरह। अभी भाई आ रहे हैं, ठीक है, शेल्फ जिन्होंने लगानी है। चीजें वगैरह हम शीट्स वगैरह उसकी ले आए थे काफी दिन पहले, जाके उसको कटवा लिया था हमने हिस्सों में। तो वो अभी भाई आ रहे हैं, वहां पे निशान वगैरह हमने दीवार के साथ लगा दिए। तो वो अब जैसे आते हैं, ठीक है, तो शीट्स वगैरह लग जाएंगी, फिर मैं आप लोगों को दिखाता हूँ कि शीट्स फाइनल कैसी लग रही हैं। ओके हो गया।
A few moments later.
तो गाइस यार ये सारा चल रहा है, अब ये सारे लगेंगे दीवार में, और जो शीट्स हैं इसके ऊपर आ जाएंगी। 32 लग गया निशान, ठीक हो गया, डन हो गया, ठीक है। शीट्स में आप लोगों को दिखाता हूँ। शीट्स हमने इधर रखी हुई हैं इस वाले रूम में, ये शीट्स है सारी कट करके रख दी हुई हैं हमने, ठीक है। अब ये अपने साइज के हिसाब से जहाँ पे लगनी है वो लगेंगी। स्टैंड्स आ गए, स्टैंड बाकी लगने लगी हैं सारी चीजें, फिर दिखाते हैं आपको जो फाइनल होता है।
A few moments later.
हाँ जी, ये चला दिया मैंने, दांत हो गया होने लगा जी। चले अब बिजू दा
Cái điều đó 2000 years later.
जी गाइस, तो लग चुकी हैं सारी प्लेट्स हैं, आपको मैं चेक करवा सकता हूँ, ऐसे सारी ये लग गई हैं। यहाँ पे लैपटॉप्स वगैरह आ जाएंगे, चेयर्स वगैरह आ जाएंगी, और नीचे एक अच्छा सा कारपेट जो है वो लगाएंगे, ठीक है। ये सारी फाइनल हो गई हैं। अब बाकी चेयर्स वगैरह रह गई हैं, और लैपटॉप तो रख ही लेंगे, वो तो हमारे पास ऑलरेडी है। तो नीचे एक अच्छा सा कारपेट रखेंगे जो कि इसकी लुक और भी ज्यादा अच्छा बनाएगा, ठीक हो गया।
अच्छा, हमको सिखा रिया है।
तो दैट्स इट, फाइनल सारा काम आधे से ज्यादा तो कंप्लीट हो गया। सुबह को जो है वो इंशाल्लाह यहाँ पे काम हम स्टार्ट कर देंगे भाई। मतलब 1-2 दिन और में भी लग जाए, कोशिश तो यही है कि सुबह तक हो जाए, लेकिन शायद मेरा ख्याल है कि 1-2 दिन में भी और लग जाए। लेकिन यार ये एक फासला इधर से आ गया, ये एक थोड़ी सी जगह बच गई है, शीट्स हमने थोड़ी सी गलत तरीके से कटवा ली है, लेकिन उसका भी हल है। ये जो है ये बिल्कुल, ये देखो इसमें एडजस्ट हो रही है, तो इसको यहाँ पे ग्लू वगैरह लगा के चिपका देंगे, फिट कर देंगे, ठीक हो गया। बाकी शीट्स वगैरह लग चुकी हैं, इंशाल्लाह फिर सुबह से इसका काम वगैरह बाकी स्टार्ट करेंगे। ओके हो गया। सो मिलते हैं फिर आपको बाद में।